All right, and we are back to the Dr. Jimbo Love Show. Sorry about some technical difficulties. That is the beauty of doing remote broadcasts, which brings me to where we're doing the remote broadcast from, and that is Brothers Bar and Grill in the shops at Northfield. Seth is the general manager. He's been here for 7 years, and this place is an absolute great place to bring the family. It's got a family atmosphere, and it's also your traditional sports bar with comfort food.
Yeah.
Halloween, he said he's going to have a Halloween party. Tell us a little bit more about that Halloween party.
Yeah, so we're doing like a $100 gift card giveaway to the best costume. So bring your costume. Okay. We're going to do it late night. We're going to clear out some of the tables after 9 o'clock. We'll have some dance floor lights going, and then we'll grab a couple judges. And yeah, so bring your friends. That might cover your tab that night.
You never know. And what is the day and time for this?
So it's going to be on Halloween weekend. We're going to do it Friday and Saturday night after 9 o'clock. So we'll probably start at 10. What is the date?
So it was Halloween. Do you know which day Halloween is?
I think that's on the midweek.
Oh, it is? Okay. Which would be even better because, again, a lot of you want to take...
Halloween is going to be on this Sunday, but we will have the competitions on the 29th and 30th.
Excellent. All right, so it brings us back to the Arizona, undefeated Arizona versus the Cleveland Browns. Seth, what have you got for that one?
So from what I've read is Cleveland is favored because it is at their home. But Arizona is undefeated. They look amazing. They have the number 2 defense in the NFL. Defense wins championships. So we're really going to see how Baker Mayfield plays. He's without Jarvis Landry still, but good news with him. He will be back next week, it sounds like. But the bad news is Nick Chubb announced out for this week.
Oh, wow. That's a big loss for the Browns. Now, did Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield play at OU at the same time? Or was that transfer portal thing?
So Baker played and Kyler came over. Where did he go? Nope, Kyler was there at the same time.
So they were teammates at one point in time, and there's 2 years difference between the two of them because, of course, Mayfield going through the transfer portal.
Well, and good news for this Arizona team, right after the Thursday night football game, the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know what they're doing to Jalen Hurts, my fellow OU guy, but Zach Ertz, one of the top tight ends for many years now, is traded to the Arizona Cardinals.
Interesting, very interesting. But that brings us to another very sad portion, and that is the firing of John Gruden and some of his very, very off-color emails. It brings us to another whole thing is, what emails are, privacy issues and people leaking things. But it looks like with John Gruden in this case, he was basically trashing almost everybody, including Roger Goodell. That his current boss, even though they weren't the boss, he wasn't actually in the NFL when a lot of these email infractions happened. But it gives Denver an incredible opportunity to take advantage of a Raiders team. What do you think is going to happen with the Raiders team? What do you think is going on in that locker room?
So here are the big questions, because you saw Derek Carr speak earlier this week, how much he loved John Gruden, and I think a lot of players still did, because if you look at the timing of these emails, they were before he was with the Raiders. So everything he's done for the Raiders hasn't had anything to do with these emails. Now, his behavior in his past caught up with him, and he was let go, rightfully so. But the Denver Broncos are coming off a skid. They had a close game against Pittsburgh, and they really need to bounce back. This division is still up for grabs. If you look at it, Kansas City's struggling, which nobody saw coming at the beginning of this year. Raiders are doing well. But with this distraction, the Broncos might be able to sneak one away from the Las Vegas Raiders and really make a statement for this division.
Now, is this game in Las Vegas or is it in Denver?
I have this at Las Vegas.
That's what I do too. So at least, for the Raiders, they do have the advantage. And of course, the NFL always gives about a 3-point advantage to the home team. But this will give a chance for the Raiders fans to come out. I think you'll see a lot of John Gruden sentiment in the crowds with the Raider fans. The Raiders love him. This is his second stint with them, and they won a Super Bowl with John Gruden at the helm back in 2002. So it'll be an interesting game, and let's just see if Denver can. Denver definitely needs to stop this skid that they're on. They're 3-2, and this would be an opportunity for them to go 4-2 and really take a big step towards the Western.
Well, the crazy thing about this Raiders team is they shouldn't have been bad the last couple years, and something's just off with this team. You have Derek Carr at the helm. Now maybe he's the problem. You have Darren Waller, and you have Josh Jacobs. You have Henry Ruggs III. Mm-hmm. You have a solid football team that is underperforming right now. Now, the crazy thing that could happen, and I'm not sure it will, is maybe Gruden was the problem and we didn't know it. Mm-hmm. Watch it. Vegas has a very good possibility with the roster they have and the team they have to make a good run and make playoffs this year still.
Absolutely. And they have the special team coach who will be taking over as the interim coach. Little side note is the special teams coach was on the coaching staff at the University of South Carolina. So go Gamecocks there. The next game we talk a little bit about is the Steelers and the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, unbelievably, has a middle finger injury that's going to keep him, it's going to require surgery, and it looks like he's going to be out for probably, another 7-8 weeks?
Yeah, they said the best case scenario was 4, but I think they looked at it more this week, and they're going more to like the 6 to 8 week mark. Putting Geno Smith from the University of West Virginia at the helm. Now, Geno Smith, if people remember, he did start at one point, was not very successful. I don't want to give hope to Seahawks fans because he was really good in the half he did play for Seattle this last week. But this team has had a whole week to prepare for him.
Absolutely. Now, Big Ben, we were talking about Big Ben last week, and Seth rightly predicted that Big Ben would have a big bounce back, which he did. He ended up passing for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Big Ben. But what really marked a change for Pittsburgh is they finally got Najee Harris to start really doing well. I mean, he had his best game of the season by far. Had 142 total yards, ended up 122 yards rushing, and he caught a lot of balls out of the backfield. Again, we had mentioned that we thought that we'd see a lot of short, quick passes by Pittsburgh, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw them utilize their tight ends and utilize Najee Harris quite a bit.
Well, that's going to be the difference of this game. Najee Harris it was concerning. It looked like he might have been hurt against the Broncos. It turns out it was just cramps, nothing to worry about. But on the other side, Seattle lost Russell Wilson.